That's now live on YouTube, Chair.
Thank you. Members of the public and press, I hope you'll give us some forbearance at this stage. It's a very important report, and I'm still awaiting for a member of the committee to join us. Unfortunately, he's having problems with his Wi-Fi, but as I said before, we'll try our best and we'll start as soon as possible.
Terry, could we not deal with the preliminaries?
I can deal with the preliminaries if you're that rushed, but I think we'll just give Councillor Bates a few more seconds, if we may.
He's just joining now.
Thank you. Welcome, Councillor Bates. I made it at last.
Apologies for the breakdown in the technology, Mr. Chairman.
That's fine. I think we're all present then. Therefore, I'd like now to begin by welcoming the members of the public and press who are watching the live stream of this meeting via the Council's website. Members, you are now aware of the need to keep your video cameras switched on for the duration of the meeting and to keep your microphones muted except when I invite you to speak. Please click the raised hand function if you wish to ask a question or comment. Once you have spoken, please remember to switch off the raised hand function and your microphone. There is always a risk that we may run into a technical problem, and I would ask for your patience if we do so. Should this occur, I will declare an adjournment while the fault is being addressed and the public broadcast will be paused. If it is not possible to address the fault, the meeting may be abandoned until such time as it can be reconvened. Can I remind members and officers that all virtual meetings will be recorded and that these recordings will be published on the Council's website. Members, I will now begin by calling the names of the members of the Council to establish your attendance. When I call your name, please unmute your microphone and confirm you are present. Councillor Ian Bates.
Present, Mr. Chairman.
Councillor Janet French.
Present, Chairman.
Councillor Peter Hudson.
Present, Chair.
Councillor Mike Shellings.
Here.
Councillor John Williams.
Present.
Councillor Graham Wilson.
Present, Chair.
And myself, Councillor Terry Rogers. Dawn, are there any apologies for absent?
We have apologies from councillors Wells and Maguire. We have councillors Bates and French substituting respectively.
Thank you. Members, may I ask you, are there any declarations of interest? You're going to take no declarations of interest. Thank you very much. Well, members of the public and press, I'm pleased to say that this meeting today will not be a long one, and I think that's beneficial to both yourselves and for these members. But following a lengthy discussion on the Manor Farm report, which is the only item we're addressing today, a recommendation will be put to the committee as to release the report as written by the officers to the members of the public. And as I stand here, and before I call the vote, I can assure you that our democratic officer has got a finger poised over the button as it stands now. Therefore, on the recommendation that the report, as written by officers, be released to members of the public, I will now call a vote.
Chairman.
Yes, Councillor Shellings.
Can we just make it clear that the report that we're considering is the Chief Executive's report and not the 481-page original report? Because
I'm more than willing to do that. That's why I said released by officers. In fact, I wasn't referring to the legal side of the report. This is a report released by our Chief Executive and our legal officers supporting her. Therefore, I'm now going to read out members' names and ask you to vote that we do in fact release this report. Councillor Ian Bates.
Approved, Mr. Chairman.
Councillor Janet French.
Agree, Chairman.
Thank you. Councillor Peter Hudson.
Agreed, Chair.
Councillor Mike Shellins.
Abstain.
Thank you. Councillor John Williams.
Agree.
Councillor Graham Wilson.
Agree.
And myself, Councillor Terry Rogers, agreed. Well, members of the public, it wasn't a majority, it wasn't a full decision, it was a majority decision with Councillor Shelling's abstention, but otherwise that vote is now carried. As such, that ends the meeting today. That the report is now open for members of the public to view, and that can be obtained from our website as agreed. Could I thank then members of the committee for all the work they've put into this particular report. It's been extremely frustrating at times, perhaps more frustration for some than to others, but I think we've worked hard to produce this report, and I thank you so much. I'm now going to close the meeting, but I would ask members to stand by if you wouldn't mind. I have a few announcements to make afterwards. Please, therefore, Dan, would you now close the meeting to the public?